So what do I do with my hands when I'm giving a speech? Sometimes I fumble with my hands, and was wondering if there's a good technique or things I should know what to do with my hands when giving a
Okay.
public presentation.
What do I do with my hands? That's interesting. You'll notice that most of these physical issues. Here, let me type up your question. What do I do with my hands? Okay. Um, Basically, these all tie into the same ideas of preparedness and confidence. Okay, because most of us, it's human nature for most of us when we're flailing to literally be flailing with our words, with our eyes, with our hands. Okay, so we've looked at how do I avoid saying we've looked at how to avoid awkward situations with eye contact or lack of eye contact, and now we're looking at potential awkward situations with our hands. You all know somebody who talks with their hands way too much, and it becomes a distraction. Do not be a distraction. Okay, so now a little bit of hand gesture, like we are human beings, of course. Okay, so it stands to reason that we gesture with our hands. Gestures are normal. Okay, they can accentuate a point. Now, I'm not saying that we have to be up there doing judo, chopping and everything like that, but look at any masterful speech person, any masterful speech someone is giving. They can gesture with their hands, the sort of the sway, the sort of the slight wave, the sort of the comparison sort of chop, as it was, like, like sort of a windshield wiper motion with your hands. But you don't want to rely on it because it looks a little bit awkward if you were doing it too much. Now, at the same time, though, you don't want to avoid hand gestures all the time because that makes you look like sort of an automaton. That makes you look almost a little too robotic. And we want to avoid that as well. So I'm just trying to, what's a good way, a good sort of rule of thumb? Gestures are normal. They can accentuate a point. Try to give a one paragraph speech for practice. Record yourself on a video phone. Okay, when you watch it back, don't think about it. Don't think about keeping still. Don't think about flailing around. Just do it in your natural way, then watch it back. If you are doing 4 or 5 hand gestures per minute, that's a bit much because it becomes distracting for the audience. But if you're accentuating a point every once in a while, maybe 1 or 2 hand gestures per minute, that's fine. Another thing, now this is just professionalism on any level, no hands in pockets. Now, I've often found people in theater, when they are becoming accustomed to it, when they always do that thing where they cross their hands and they put them sort of at their belt buckle. We're not reciting in sixth grade, you know. There was cannons to the left of me. We don't have to do that. You don't have to recite. We're not singing in a choir. Keep your hands at your side. Or usually, if you're giving a proper presentation, you've got some sort of desk or lectern or podium. So just keep your hands there. Obviously, you're moving your pages. I find it's helpful to hold a pen. I don't know if that is your inclination, but hold a pen or pencil, because that gives you something to do with your hand. It's a tool of the trade, and it helps accentuate your points if you're holding a pen. However, that's not always appropriate. Okay, when the President of the United States is on the Congress steps giving his inauguration speech, if he's got a pen in his hand, that looks somewhat disrespectful. Okay, so hold a pen if the environment is suitable. Okay, so having said that, minimal gestures, not zero, no pockets, accentuate your points, do not distract from them. All right, and then, like I say, with everything else, these are all interrelated. The eye contact, the stammering, the hand gestures, stuff like this, the breathing, the sort of the person that you're presenting, the character that you're putting up there in front of that crowd. Okay, you've got to be personable, identifiable, attractive to the audience, and very professional. Don't be a slob. Don't stumble through it. Don't mumble. So these all play into one, preparedness. Where to go? Preparedness, and two, confidence. Okay, you work on those. You do it in private. You record yourself. You practice, and you will get over these hurdles of all these confidence issues. I promise you.